We're back at it again with head coach Matt Easterday for this week's Coach's Corner with the head coach of our swim team here. And coach, you guys are coming off a couple losses to a very good University of Scranton team, but your women's team battled. Your men's team saw some good performances. You know, when you look back at that meet, what are some things you'll remember about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great meet for both our teams. To start with our men, obviously we're shorthanded this year, so to compete with a Scranton program that is a strong program in the Landmark Conference, both on the men and the women, and I'll get to the women in a second, but their men's team's a deep team just as much as their women is or are, and being shorthanded, you know, we did the best we could. And as I mentioned last week going into the meet, you know, we were able to put some guys in some different events. You know, for example, Jared Steffen is our go-to distance guy, but I was able to put him in, you know, a 200 freestyle that he doesn't get to do all the time, a 200 backstroke just to balance out our backstroke a little bit, and he actually surprised us with like how fast he went. It was a pretty good time. And then our 200 breaststroke, which he's a pretty good breaststroker, but he just doesn't get to do breaststroke for us, and that was able to be showcased, I think, in that event on Friday night against some very talented breaststrokers that Scranton has. So that's probably one of their strongest events on the men's side, and he almost took down all three of their good breaststrokers, which is kind of cool. So that's one example of just our entire men's team that, you know, gave it their all, and you know, we put up some good times for early on in the season. On the women's side, yeah, we came up a little short. It was a very competitive and great meet for our women. You know, their head coach even had to change around his lineup a little bit just to make sure he gets the win. You know, I know that for a fact because he did change around his lineup. So, but you know, it was exciting, and you know, we lost by a little bit more than I would have liked, but you know, we came up short on a few events that had to go our way a little bit, but they were going to be close races, and we made them close races, which is fantastic on our side, and our women gave it everything they had, and we actually put up some really good times again for this time of year. So we're swimming really well. We go into this week with a little bit, you know, more flexibility, I guess you could say. But the meet last week was really exciting, and it prepares us for later in the year more than anything. You know, we're going to swim against some great competition come our conference championships and even our mid-season invite in a couple weeks. And we got to be prepared for that. We can't be just winning all the time and think that, you know, hey, we're always going to win. We need to be able to be prepared to swim against the best competition, and losing isn't always the worst thing.
Coach, obviously you guys have another busy weekend. You guys get LVC and Stevenson up here for a pair of home dual meets, and you know, when you look at these two meets, I mean, how do you balance out the lineup for a busy, you know, back-to-back days with swimming? Yeah,
I mean, I think the nice thing about swimming is we're kind of used to swimming back-to-back. That's kind of our conference championships is 4 days long, 4 straight days, and we try to do this once or twice a year where we swim back-to-back to kind of prepare us for that. I mean, our invitation is also over a Saturday and Sunday, and we do 3 sessions within those 2 days. So that's a long meet as well, and you got to be prepared for that. You got to be able to swim back-to-back. And you know, when we set up the meet schedule for both of these meets, I'm trying to help out the other teams too to make sure they're prepared for their swimmers. But this will be a great opportunity for our kids to, you know, be a little bit more flexible with what we can swim, and you know, just get up and race. And again, every weekend is just an opportunity to race, and that is the most important thing to getting better throughout a swim season, is getting up and racing as much as possible to learn from either great things that you do or things that you make mistakes on, and how can we improve that and make it better come middle of February. And that is the key. So that's what this weekend's going to be about, and in addition to just learning how to swim back-to-back fast.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time as always, and good luck on Friday and Saturday. Friday night, 6 o'clock here against LVC, and then Saturday at 1 p.m. against Stevenson. Coach, appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.